today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look right here. I'm obsessed. What do you guys think? Before we jump into today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about Dossier. You guys know I love me some Dossier. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Dossier is basically a fragrance company. They create fragrances inspired by your favorite high-end fragrance. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I love fragrance, but I also love to save money on fragrance. Like, perfume can get expensive, cologne can get expensive, so why not purchase from a brand like Dossier that are going to give you a high quality fragrance at a fraction of the price? So I wanted to share with you guys 2 scents that I have been loving. So if you guys do decide to pick up anything from Dossier, when you receive your order, this is the box that it comes in. Very simple and very to the point. When you actually go ahead and open up your box, you do get this little tiny card inside. This card has everything you need to know on it, from the fragrance to the notes of the fragrance to what fragrance it's inspired by, as well as their return policy. So Dossier has an amazing return policy. If you receive your fragrance and you do not like it and you tried it, sprayed it on yourself a few times, and you're just like, you know what, I'm just really not feeling this, it's just really not my scent, you can return it and get a full refund, which is phenomenal because obviously you're ordering fragrances online. I know sometimes it could be a little intimidating because you can't physically smell it, but that is why they have their amazing return policy where it's basically risk-free and you can try them at home and you never know, you might just love them. So the first one that I have here is the Citrus Green Apple. This one is inspired by Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue for women, and I love this perfume. It is so nice. It's very fresh. So here's the bottle. So again, you're not paying that luxury price, so you're not getting that really fancy bottle. But for me personally, I don't mind it because, like I said, I'm paying so much less for the fragrance, but still getting the amazing scent. The second one that I decided to pick up is this one right here, and this one is inspired by Chanel Chance, which is one of my favorites as well. Like I told you guys, I love fragrance. A lot of you guys know I used to work for Ulta Beauty, and so I literally lived in the fragrance department. Like, I loved it. Yeah, you guys, literally identical. Like, you would not be able to tell the difference. These are so amazing. I'm going to go ahead and leave the link to their website down below so you guys can check them out. I also do have a discount code with Dossier that'll also be down below. So make sure that you guys take time out to check them out if you're interested, because I mean, who doesn't want to smell delicious? So like I said, everything will be down below. It's been so long since I've done a halo eye, and I kind of thought I forgot how to do one. So I was like, okay, let me give it a shot, and I love it. I think it came out so beautiful, you guys. These colors are stunning. I can't wait to show you guys how I created this look. And we're going to be using the B palette again. So when I created my first look, you guys wanted to see a second look with this gorgeous palette, and of course I had to bring you another look. It is so beautiful, you guys. Look how pretty. I will go ahead and leave the link down below where you guys can actually purchase your own palette. It is stunning, and I love the shades in here. I mixed a ton of shades to get the look that I'm wearing today, but they are so blendable and they all work so well with one another. I am obsessed. Like, this palette is so good. If you guys have not seen the first look that I created with this palette, I'm going to go ahead and link it down below so you guys can check that video out. I also did do a darker lip than my usual nude, and I also did not apply a gloss. Like, are you surprised? Because I am surprised. So we're doing matte eyes, matte lip. I am so here for it. I also decided to actually do my hair today. I put a little bit of effort into the hair, so give your girl some credit, okay? Give this video a thumbs up because I actually did my hair for today's video. So I hope you guys like it. I hope it's a vibe, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and jump into today's video. Before we do, please don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you guys have not already. And of course, without further ado, if you would like to see how I created this beautiful sultry sunset halo eye today, then just keep. Alright, you guys, so now that I've talked your ears off, let's finally get into this tutorial. So I'm going to be using the B palette. This is what it looks like right here. I'm going to go into this dark brown shade first. So like I told you guys in my last tutorial using this palette, The names are in Creole, which I cannot pronounce, so I'm gonna leave the shade names on the screen so you guys know exactly what shade I'm using in case you have this palette. So I'm going in with that dark brown and I'm just adding that into my crease, really packing it on and building up the intensity. And then I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is a really beautiful burgundy. It is stunning, and I'm actually going to apply this right at the edge of that dark brown and basically just try to mesh the two together and also just blend it as much as I can. Then I'm also gonna go into this shade right here. It's more of like a burnt orange, and I'm gonna do the same exact thing. So I'm gonna actually put this on that burgundy shade, and then I'm going to blend it up towards my brow. Now you guys can see the higher up I get, the fluffier the brush gets, because I want the pigment to kind of fade into nothing once it gets up towards my brow. So now I'm taking this fluffier brush and I'm going in with that same orange shade, just trying to intensify it and really blow it out. And then I did decide to add some intensity by adding the black eyeshadow from the palette as well, and so that is what I'm using here with a super tiny detailed blending brush. I'm just packing that into the socket of my eye, and you guys can see this immediately gives you that really intense, vibrant look. I was obsessed. And then of course I went back in with every single shade one more time just to make sure everything was really nice and blended. When it comes to looks like this, you definitely want it to be as blended as possible. So then I'm also going to go into the yellow eyeshadow in the palette as well, and I just went ahead and packed that on and really diffused it up towards the brow. And you guys can kind of see here what I was talking about. The higher the color gets, the more diffused it looks. So I was pretty happy with the blend at that point, and now let's move on to the halo eye. So everyone creates a halo eye differently. The way that I like to do it is I like to carve out a full half cut crease, if that makes sense, and then I fill in the center of my eye. Some people just remove the eyeshadow from the center of their eye where they're going to be putting kind of like that spotlight shade to create the halo eye, but I prefer it this way. I find it so much easier. So the only major difference this time around with cutting the crease is you guys can see I'm starting from the middle of the eye, and that is because that's where I'm going to put majority of this base. Majority of whatever product you're using should be in the center, and then I'm basically going to take a flat brush and just blend the edges out. So you guys know usually when I do a full cut crease or an actual half cut crease, I take that P.LOUISE base all the way into my inner corner, but this time you don't want to do that because we're going to be adding a really dark shade in the inner corner. So I'm going to be going in with the yellow eyeshadow. This is my favorite color in this palette. It is so beautiful, so vibrant, and such a unique yellow. It's stunning. And you guys saw I first started off with a super tiny detail brush just to pack it super close to where I cut my crease, and now I'm going in with this flat brush just to add it to the center of my lid. And I like to add the center first so that way I know exactly where I need to add my other shades. So I'm going to go back in with the darker shade, and I'm going to add that to the outer corner of the eye like this. And then I am also going to go back into this shade right over here, which was that more like burgundy shade, and I'm going to add that right in front of that dark brown. So basically exactly all the shades that I used in the crease, I'm going to do the same thing on the outer corner and the inner corner. The inner corner I ended up doing off camera, but basically I just did the same exact thing that you guys are seeing me do here to the outer corner to the inner corner to create that halo effect. So now I'm going to go in with this beautiful orange. It is a stunning shade, and I'm going to add that right in between there just to kind of sandwich everything together. And now you guys can see I did the inner corner and the look just came to life. It is so beautiful. There's just something so timeless about a halo eye. Like the color combination is just beautiful, and that one spotlight color in the center of the lid is gorgeous. So now that I have all my colors down, I'm just going back in, just re-intensifying everything, really building up all the pigmentation because I want to finish up the eye, because now we're going to go into lashes. So I went ahead and really quickly just added a liner to my lash line, and I'm going to go in and just curl my lashes really quickly. And then I'm also going to add a good coat of mascara. Now this mascara, I just happened to grab it out of my drawer, but you cannot get it anymore. This is the KKW Beauty Mascara. Right now she's basically rebranding, so you can't get this, but it's really amazing, and I really hope that she brings it back with the same formula formula because it's so good. So let's talk about lashes. You guys know I've been obsessed with these Kiss lashes. I talked about the style Velvet a few videos ago. Well, this is the style Royal Silk. This is what the packaging looks like. It is the perfect eyelash for a halo eye. So you guys know a lot of the times I use lashes that are shorter in the inner corner and they kind of flare out and get longer on the outer corner. Gives you that more cat eye, elongated kind of look. Well, for today's look specifically, because the eye shape is so round, I wanted to stick with a lash that was even both on the outer corner and the inner corner, and these were perfect, you guys. So beautiful. So I went ahead and popped on my lash. Into Complexion. So I did already apply my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, and now for foundation I'm going to go in with the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in the shade Barcelona. I love this foundation. Like, I can't put it down. It is so good. Thankfully I got a new foundation during the Sephora sale, actually a few new foundations for the Sephora sale, and so I can actually give this one a rest so we can use something new in the next tutorial. But it is so beautiful. I was obsessed. Like, you guys, it just makes my skin look so smooth and so flawless. And then for cream bronzer today, I wanted to go in with this Hollywood Contour Wand from Charlotte Tilbury. I purchased this quite a while ago. I used it a few times and then it's been sitting in my collection, and I'm like, listen honey, we need to use this, okay? She was expensive. So I actually really love the applicator. The fact that I can just dot it wherever I want it to go and then blend it out is so convenient. To go ahead and blend out that product, I'm actually using the Fenty Beauty 125 face brush. It's life-changing. If you haven't tried it, you need to. It is so good for cream bronzer. Definitely my top favorite brush. For concealer, I wanted to try out this new concealer from LYS Beauty. This is the Triple Fix Concealer, and I was pleasantly surprised. It had really nice coverage. The only thing I don't like about this concealer is the applicator. So the wand is so long that when you put it back into the actual tube, you have to like force it in, and I'm scared that like the concealer is just gonna like go everywhere. But besides that, the formula was pretty good. So I went in with my Charlotte Tilbury powder in Fair, and I went ahead and set my under eyes with that first, and then I'm going in over top with the COLLAB Set the Stage powder. I finally got me a new one. I'm so happy to have her back in my collection because nothing brightens my under eyes like this powder. It is life-changing. I hope they never get rid of it because I'll be devastated. It's so good. So yes, I went in with the pressed foundation powder first to set my under eyes, and then I went in with a loose brightening powder. It's life-changing. If you haven't tried it, try it. To set the rest of my face, I'm going in with the same Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless powder, except this one is in the shade medium, and I'm just gonna set my entire face in place very lightly because this powder is pretty pigmented. And then for bronzer, I'm going in with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Tan. I didn't show the product itself because you guys know I use it all the time. I feel like the beauty community is lacking bronzers right now. Is it just me? Like, I feel like I haven't seen any new bronzers besides the new Patrick Star, which I'm going to be using in my next video. But other than that, I haven't seen any, so I'm keep using this one. I will hopefully love the Patrick Star and will be using that one more often. For blush, I wanted to use the JACLYN Hill Cosmetics Cream Blush in the shade Swoon. You guys, get into this color. It is so beautiful. It's the perfect peachy blush, and it is so pigmented. And you guys know, if a cream blush can be used over an already set face and not mess up the foundation and the powders that I have underneath, it's a winner. I'm sold, and this is definitely one of those blushes. It is so beautiful. I didn't even use a powder to set it over top. I am just wearing that cream blush for today's look. So getting back into the eyes, we're gonna basically be doing the same exact thing. So I'm starting off with my darkest shade, which is the black eyeshadow. The only main difference for today's look is that I'm taking the eyeshadows all the way into my inner corner, even the deepest shade. Usually I take the darkest shade only about halfway, but because this is a halo eye, I wanted it to look really nice and smoky, and I wanted the lower lash line to look very cohesive to what I have going on the lid. So I went in with all the same shades. First that black, and then that dark brown, and then that burgundy shade, and then I also went in with the orange and the yellow as well. For my waterline, I'm going in with the LA Girl Neon Shockwave Liner in the shade Screamin. It is a bomb. You guys, I just redid my beauty room and literally decluttered so much, and I opened up so much. I have so many new liners to use that I'm gonna give these LA Girl ones a break, even though you guys know I love these. But I actually have the new Norvina ones and I haven't used them yet, so I'm gonna be using those most likely in the next few videos. But if you guys are looking for good affordable liners, the LA Girl ones are amazing. So now what I'm doing is just taking a step back, looking at the look, see where I want to add more shadow, where I want to add more pigment, and just adding the little final touches. And then for lower lash mascara, I'm going in with the MAC Giga Black Lash Mascara. It is my all-time favorite. You guys already know it's a bomb. So getting into the lips, I don't know what happened to the other footage, but for lip liner, I went in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip liner in Cool Brown. I went over top with the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Cover Star. I think it's Cover Star, either Cover Star or Cover Nude. It is a beautiful brown nude. And then right here in the center, I'm applying the Sephora lip stain in number 32 to brighten up the lips. And then of course, to add some definition back into the lips, I'm going back in with that ABH lip liner in Cool Brown. And that is the lip combo. I was gonna add a gloss, but I was like, you know what, let's have an all matte moment, shall we? So now that the lips are done, I'm just gonna go ahead and set everything in place. You guys already know I sprayed the clean side of my beauty sponge with some Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Mist, and I'm just gonna go ahead and press this into the skin. It's gonna give you that really beautiful glow and really set all those powders down onto your skin and make it look flawless. So that basically completes today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.